Notice self. Many masters that have lived on this planet have mentioned the importance of knowing yourself, but not many people follow this advice. If you are one of the brave souls that decided to go on a self-discovery journey, today I'll tell you the 3 main ingredients that you need in order to learn how to know yourself better and where to start. Knowing yourself is an art, and the more you know yourself, more clearly you can see other people and have a better understanding about them. The way we perceive others is connected to the level of perception that we have developed about ourselves first. It is proportional. When you know what is going on inside you that makes you act in certain ways, you will be able to have the same level of understanding towards other people. The journey to know yourself is a beautiful one, and it will empower you a lot because you'll get to know your true strengths and limitations. And it is a journey that nobody can do for you other than yourself. Though sometimes when people tell you about the way they perceive you, it can help you a lot to raise your awareness, especially when you hear the same thing from 2 or 3 different people. To start this kind of journey, you need 3 things: honesty, self-observation, and time alone. Now, let me expand on these topics. Have you ever heard the saying, you can lie to everybody else, but you cannot lie to yourself? Well, I completely disagree with it. I've met a lot of people that have a very distorted perception about who they are, and they do lie to themselves a lot. Maybe you cannot call it a lie when people cover up their issues with a lot of justifications in order to avoid seeing the truth. It is more like an omission, but still, it is not a full honest attitude towards themselves. How many people do you know that are in a terrible relationship and they keep saying, oh, my relationship is great, and they keep emphasizing the good parts of it as if it was an attempt to avoid seeing the flaws? See, you can definitely lie to yourself or at least avoid to see the truth. And if you want to embark on a self-discovery journey, you'll have to practice honesty all the time and get used to speak out loud your worst thoughts. People don't need to hear them, only you. And you'll have to get used to recognize your dark sides as well. All of us have a dark side, and by that I don't mean evil, I mean flaws that we need to bring to our awareness so we can look at them and work to improve. Now, let's talk about self-observation. If you're not used to it, initially you'll have to force yourself, and with time and practice, this behavior will become automatic. Self-observation has to happen in 2 levels, internal and external, and they are connected because usually the way we act in life is a reflection of what is going on inside us. And between the 2, internal is definitely more important because we wear many masks in society, we play different roles and characters in our lives, and we're highly conditioned. But our inner world is where our true selves live, so being aware of it is the most important part of any kind of personal journey. Plus, the way you feel inside can work as a compass, a thermometer, and it can help you to get more aligned in your life and with your true essence. You will know you have mastered the art of self-observation when, at any given moment, you become capable of recognize and describe what is happening in your inner world. And also when you become aware of the connection between the things that happen inside and outside of you. You cannot get to know yourself if you are too distracted by everything that is happening around you. That would be like starting a romantic relationship and always meeting the person in a nightclub. Would you really be able to get to know the person well in this kind of noisy place? Obviously not. Self-discovery is based primarily on the relationship to know yourself deeply, and you'll need the time alone to do that. If you have family and kids, you'll have to figure out some time to be with yourself on a weekly basis. You gotta commit yourself to the process the same way as you'd have to commit to a therapist. Actually, therapy is something that might help you a lot, and if you can afford, you should really consider. You need this time alone to dive deep inside yourself. Some of the things you can do: work on some questions to open room for reflection, some journaling, and some studies and research on the topics you are working on. Start with your biggest problem. Which aspect of your life is the one that mostly bothers you? And when you look at it, don't blame the world for it. For example, don't say that your love life is terrible because there are no good partners out there. That's not true. If you have issues with your love life, especially if you have a pattern that repeats itself many times, I'm really sorry to inform you, but the problem is with you. So instead of blaming others, just ask yourself, what is wrong with me that's causing this difficulty in my life? I'll tell you something. Most of our problems come from our minds and from lack of alignment with who we truly are. By the time we are 20 years old, we are highly conditioned, full of limiting beliefs in our subconscious mind, and we are disconnected from our essence. So the journey to know yourself is about dismantling all of this that is not you and become more aligned with your true energy. Once you have identified what you need to work on, I've made a video about how to find your own personal truth, where I talk about this process of questioning, searching, and finding your own answers. I'll leave the link below so you can have a look at it later. The first step is the hardest one. Once you align yourself in one area of your life, it will become easier to work in all the other ones. You just need to start and understand how the process is. I'll be talking more about alignment on my next video, so stay tuned on this channel if you'd like to learn more. I really hope today's video has helped you somehow. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.